6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The caretaker Minister for Parliamentary Affairs has emphasised on the political parties to prioritise fundamental issues during the election campaign. Process of receiving appeals against the acceptance and rejection of nomination papers for the next general elections will conclude tomorrow. Pakistan has emphasised on the need to provide an enabling working environment to women to increase their economic participation. Pakistan has delivered more than 200 tons of relief goods for the oppressed Palestinians in Gaza. Fascist Modi regime has approved the creation of Fingerprint Bureau in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir to screen the Kashmiri population. The third cricket test of the three-match series between Pakistan and Australia will start in Sydney tomorrow. And now the news in detail. The Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, Murtaza Solangi, has asked the political parties to evolve a consensus on the economic direction of the country. Responding to questions during question hour in the Senate today, he said by bringing changes in the economic situation, issues such as human trafficking could also be addressed. He emphasized on the political parties to prioritize fundamental issues in the lead-up to the elections. When the Minister for Parliamentary Affairs drew attention towards wastage of water, the chair directed to launch an awareness campaign, including through Pakistan Television, for water conservation. Taking the floor, the opposition leader Shahzad Wasim said all the political parties should sit together to address the problems faced by the country. He said the number one national priority should be continuity of policies and economic stability. He emphasized on promoting tolerance in politics. The House was adjourned to meet again on Friday at 10:30 in the morning. The caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kakar visited the residence of the Pakistan Muslim League Q Chief Chaudhry Shujaat Hussain in Lahore today and inquired about his health. The overall situation of the country was also discussed during the meeting. The caretaker Punjab Chief Minister Mohsin Naqvi also accompanied the Prime Minister. The caretaker Minister for Communications, Railways and Maritime Affairs, Shahid Ashraf Tarar, has commended the efforts of the railway staff and management for record revenue during the first half of the current fiscal year. According to a news release, there is a 46% increase in the revenue of the Pakistan Railways in comparison to the same period last year. Process of receiving appeals against the acceptance and rejection of nomination papers for the next general elections will conclude tomorrow. The decisions on these appeals will be made by the 10th of this month. Preliminary list of the candidates will be displayed on the 11th, and candidates can withdraw their nomination papers by the 12th of this month. Electoral symbols will be allotted on the 13th of this month, while polling for the general elections will be held on the 8th of next month. This is Radio Pakistan. The President, Dr. Arif Alvi, has emphasized on the need to provide employment opportunities and an enabling working environment to women to increase their economic participation in the society. He was speaking at a meeting at the Federal Ombudsman Secretariat for Protection Against Harassment at Workplace in Islamabad today. The President called for taking appropriate legislative measures at the federal and the provincial levels to ensure the protection of women's property rights. On the occasion, the Federal Ombudsperson for Protection Against Harassment at Workplace, Fawzia Vikar, said an upsurge had been witnessed in the registration of harassment and women's property cases by women due to awareness campaign. A special military aircraft from Pakistan carrying 20 tons of humanitarian assistance and medical aid for the brotherly people of Gaza arrived at Al Arish International Airport in Egypt today. Officials from Embassy of Pakistan in Egypt handed over the aid to the Egyptian Red Crescent Society for its onward delivery to the Palestinian Red Crescent Society in Gaza. Pakistan has delivered more than 200 tons of humanitarian and medical assistance to the people of Gaza so far. Pakistan will continue to provide them with essentially required relief assistance in future also. At least 24 Palestinians were martyred as Israel continued its aggression in Gaza and the West Bank today. 15 civilians were killed in Israeli strike on a home in Deir al-Balah in central Gaza, while 5 Palestinians were killed in raids across the occupied West Bank. The Israeli military targeted a building in south of Gaza City, martyring 3 Palestinians. Another Palestinian prisoner was also killed during custody in an Israeli jail. The Palestinian Health Ministry said in a statement that over 22,000 people have been martyred and at least 57,000 injured in the Israeli attacks on Gaza since October 7. Repatriation of illegal foreign nationals, including Afghans, to their homeland is continuing in a dignified and safe manner. In addition to other measures for dignified return of Afghans to their country, transit camps equipped with all facilities have been established in various districts for their temporary accommodation. According to the latest statistics, more than 900 more illegal Afghan nationals returned to the country yesterday. So far, over 456,000 illegal Afghans have been repatriated to Afghanistan. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference has announced that Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and the world over will observe January 5th as the Right to Self-Determination Day to draw the world attention towards the urgency of resolving the long-pending Kashmir dispute. According to Kashmir Media Service, the APHC spokesman in a statement in Srinagar said the unresolved Kashmir dispute has all the ingredients to undermine peace in South Asia, as the unresolved Palestine dispute today has the same to threaten peace in the Middle East. He said the failure in resolving these two disputes is a big question mark on the credibility of the United Nations. It was on 5th of January 1949 when the United Nations Security Council passed a historic resolution pledging that the question of accession of the state of Jammu and Kashmir to India or Pakistan will be decided through the democratic method of a free and impartial plebiscite. The APHC AJK convener Mahmood Ahmad Sagar, in a statement in Islamabad, deplored that even 7 decades have passed, but the promised plebiscite remains unfulfilled till date. He said the United Nations resolution of 5th January provides the basis for the settlement of the Kashmir dispute. The Modi regime, as part of its evil designs to suppress the freedom sentiments in the occupied territory, has approved the creation of the Fingerprint Bureau in occupied Jammu and Kashmir to screen and profile the Kashmiri population. Cricket. The third and last test of the 3-match series between Pakistan and Australia will start tomorrow in Sydney. The match will start at 4:30 in the morning. Australia is leading the series 2-0. And finally, the weather report. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while very cold conditions are likely in northern parts and North Balochistan during the next 12 hours. Fog and smog is likely to persist in the plain areas of Islamabad, Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and Upper Sindh during morning and night hours. However, light rain is likely at isolated places in southwestern Balochistan and coastal areas of Makran. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.